What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B High Radio Shout, and as always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing, OG Gangsta Wicked, aka Big Galaxy of Ghetto Mafia.
So that you can remember my name.
Coca-Cola.
Just don't say OG Big Galaxy. It says Galaxy Wick. Can you read
on.
it? Can you read that?
It say Galaxy Wick.
That's
right
what
there.
I'm saying.
Every time I see that shirt, it makes me want a Coca-Cola.
Bro, I'm done. I'm
Okay, now
done.
we're gonna do today. We showing out today,
I
right?
don't know.
We showing out for Bushwick.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
Sure.
Cool.
Hey, man, but Wick, we got a young legend in the building, though,
Absolutely.
man.
Come on,
Absolutely.
Man, father, one of the greatest of all time, one of the most iconic artists in the game, man. I mean, Lil Bushwick, what's going on with it,
Man, it's
bro?
love, man. I appreciate you. I'm repping this ghetto boy stuff for life and life. And I'm glad to be with the real ones because y'all part of the whole ghetto wave as well.
Yes,
You feel me?
sir.
And I got
Come on.
another Wick. Come on, it's like it's full circle. Like, what's going on?
Yes, sir. And you know what? You remember we did a interview on the Zoom.
That's right.
And
Yep.
remember Lil Bushwick, and when we did that interview, KB had came us. I
What
want to
up, though,
shout KB
KB?
out.
Shout out KB.
He's in Alabama. He cried like a big old baby. You know, KB will cry now.
Man, look,
he
KB,
cried
he's
like
a
a
passionate
baby.
person.
Yes, he cried
That's
like
right.
because he wanted to
That's
be
right.
here to see you because he told us a lot of great stories about you when you was a child. I want to say before we get started too, man, looking at you, it's almost just like looking like you are a spin image.
That's my
of your
twin.
father. Now he couldn't have went in there and tried to what they do because when my son came, I bucked on
Well,
paternity.
your son look just like you, too.
You
So
said
that
that.
just mean you was just tripping, nigga. That look just like you.
Oh, that's your twin, too. You got your twin.
They would have kicked your pops out. Now, they would have been
Man,
like,
what?
you could go straight to jail. You know, damn, well, nigga, you on time point right
It's
now.
like
Damn,
you.
we ain't
That's
doing
you.
a test. But
Bruh.
yeah, man, it's good to have you here, brother, man. I was a huge fan of your father. As a matter of fact, we were just talking the other day about Scarface, the Ghetto Boys, the whole movement on it. I want to say one thing that I always said that Scarface was the voice of the Ghetto Boys. Willie D was the heart of the Ghetto Boys,
Yep.
and Bushwick was the face.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
the Ghetto Boys.
One thing about it, when I talk like Big Mike and stuff like that, Big Mike would tell me, he'd be like, yo, when we went to Japan, they recognized us when they seen your dad. They knew like, okay, this the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, yo, Pops, basically the Ghetto Boys and Michael Jackson, they both had shows on the same dates going to Japan. So my dad met like Michael Jackson on the way to Japan, and he just
God.
walked up to Michael Jackson. Even Big Mike he could attest to the story because he broke it down to me.
Yeah.
Even DJ Damo was there too, the Ghetto Boys DJ. He broke it down as well. It was like, yeah, your dad just walked up to Michael Jackson like, he just do that. That's just him.
Yeah.
But it's like how he was. He didn't see nobody different. He don't care who he was.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's everybody recognizing who he was because he was that it factor or figure in every room he was in.
What did Michael
Absolutely.
say when Bush ran up
Now
on
that part I don't know.
Yeah.
But the part I do know is like they ran into each other, chopped it up, and it's like he knew who my dad was. My dad knew who he was. Obviously,
Right.
and it's just
Yeah.
like it was just a love, mutual love, and it's like the security nothing to stop him. It's like this Bushwick Bill.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's like it really showed you like anywhere I go, I promise you they're gonna know when they think of the Ghetto Boys. Oh, you talking about Bushwick Bill this
Yeah.
year Halloween fell on the weekend? That
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like if they don't know that, they instantly Scarface
Right.
because it clicks with them because
Right.
my pops was that one person that was that variant in a group. You need certain factors in groups to make it one thing to have. You gotta have a person different from the other where they coincide or they give that balance of where other ones fall short in.
Yeah.
So my pops, he was that person where you just look unique. You're a unique individual with all.
Exactly.
You
He's the
short of
face.
stature, but you the biggest one. It's like when you hear his voice on the track, you like, bro, he sounds like somebody twice his size.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
right.
what made him bigger than life.
Wow.
You feel me?
Feel that.
Wow.
I mean, you got the merch here from Pops, though, man.
Yes,
Break
sir.
it down.
So I got the Long Live Bushwick Bill merch. This was a collab with the Leaf Company. I'm sponsored by Slapwoods.
Yeah.
So that's like a very popular leaf all across America, but they based in Houston.
Yeah.
So I do collabs with them and stuff as far as merch because they quality their merch is really high end and they really
Exactly.
understand the history of my legacy. So they really like make sure they do it the right way. So in the front, I got all his like iconic album cover pictures, everything. But all this merch can be found on my website, lilbushwick.com.
Can you open that up
Yeah.
for me
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that I can
Oh,
see
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Hold up
yeah.
for the camera.
Oh yeah, my fault, y'all. Here I go. Right here.
you
This
got-
the front.
So I can't see from this side, but Beehive, what are we looking at on the front side?
I mean, you're looking at all of the different album covers with Bush on that thing, man.
You feel me?
My
Is
God.
Chucky on there? I
And
don't see
Chucky
it.
on there as
Chucky's
well.
on
Chucky
there.
on
Okay,
there.
Chucky right. Okay, Chucky on the front.
Chucky,
Okay.
and then on the back of it, you got Long Live Bushwick Bill on the back of it. His day he's
Yeah.
born, the day he passed. You feel
Okay,
me?
then.
So I can get this shirt on your site. What
On my
now,
site.
What site is that? Tell me
My
that.
website, lilbushwick.com.
LilBushwick.com. Okay,
Yep.
that's easy to remember too.
Yep,
Yeah.
easy. And I make my own sites to do it all myself.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Wow.
learned everything firsthand. Because I'm like, you can only depend on people to a certain extent with things, especially when it comes to your dreams.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on now. I mean, new project though. I mean, you got some verses from Dad on that at the same time too. So what was that like, cooking it up and having those in store at the same time?
It really was just like being patient because it's just like when I got access to certain things and certain songs, and I knew like, man, these some good tracks that like I know we can really make some out of.
Yeah.
And then songs he gave me when we was like recording in Chicago on the road when I was with him before he passed.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just mixed that all together and then picked and like really executive produced the whole project as a whole. So I knew what my dad sounded like. I knew what we fit on, and we did music together before, so I know what we both vibe with.
Exactly.
So it's not really hard to see like, okay, I know this makes sense.
Exactly. How does that make you feel though when you listen to the song back and being able to see the vibe with you and your father?
It's like a moment. It takes you back to that moment because, like I say, music is memories and moments. When you made a song, or you hear a song, it takes you to that moment. So when I listen to my dad's voice, I'm like, man, I'm putting him on a track I'm making right now, but I'm making it feel that vibe. So where his verse coincides with what the message is saying.
Exactly.
So it don't feel like, dang, he was there.
That's
So
right.
that's what I love about music, because you never go nowhere. Music is infinite. It makes you internal.
Come on now.
Wow. When the project itself, am I gonna hear a ghetto boy sound coming from you, or am I gonna hear something new? And
you gonna hear, like my pops always said, he said, you're a better version of me, you Bushwick 2.0. He said, no need to be a copy or a carbon, because you never can do that exact thing over again.
Right.
So we just like always keep like me in anything I do, because I know like if he lived through me and embodied me and we share the same blood, whatever I do gonna always be in the best factor, or just show what my legacy showcase, because it's already in me, not on me. You know?
Let me ask you a question. If your pops was alive today, do you think that he would be receptive to doing songs with a lot of the younger artists, your 21s and would he be receptive to the new music? Was he that
He
type
would.
of guy?
I brought him around like artists like Playboi Carti early on, years before. I introduced him to people like Uzi and them and put him on certain artists, because I was doing shows with artists like PNB Rock, Uno the Activist, Uzi, all in starting out my career. Because that's the whole wave that I was a part of. So it's just like, I'm putting him on these artists as we in the car listening. He's like, who is this? Oh, this is that person. I bring him to the show, brought him to a Playboi Carti show with Maxo Cream and all them. He done shows with Maxo Cream and me. He loved Maxo Cream. He told him personally, like, I love the way you perform this and that. And Maxo Cream got a relationship with my dad before he passed.
Wow.
So it just like, it showed it wasn't really a gap when it came to artistry, because he's a real fan of music.
Right.
How long has it been since your father's passed?
5 years.
5
2019, it's 2024 now.
How have you been? I mean, with the time, has it healed any, or is it still just fresh?
I had to really like understand myself and figure myself out, because when you lose somebody that's a parent, that's how you are created. That's a part of the process of you being a human being.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you got to really get back to the root of yourself and understand, okay, this happened. Okay, why did this happen? Okay, now how I'm going to go about this, because I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't change time. One thing you can do is change how you maneuver with it and how you apply what's to learn from there. What's to learn from this experience.
Exactly.
So with that experience being learned, I'm like, okay, let me take everything in, let me process my emotions, let me get all this stuff together, but let me get the mission done. Let me get things done to keep this legacy going, because I'm his only son. I got number sisters. So if I say I want to make music, it's just like, okay, it's Bushwick Bill, that's Lil Bushwick, but what is the legacy doing?
Exactly.
Right.